Gas supplies to Europe from Russia through the Nord Stream 1 pipeline resumed this morning after 10 days of scheduled maintenance. The news has brought sighs of relief across Europe, although the flow is still running far below maximum capacity at about 30% according to the German Federal Agency. There had been fears Moscow could shut off supply completely in response to Western sanctions on Russia over its invasion of Ukraine, thereby triggering an energy crisis. The pipeline carries Russian gas through the Baltic Sea to Germany, and more than 167 million cubic meters of gas can flow through the pipeline every day. Russian President Vladimir Putin has blamed Western sanctions imposed on Russia for supply problems and warned that supplies could be reduced if a turbine sent to Canada for maintenance isn't returned. The repaired turbine is reportedly on its way back, but there are fears that Putin will continue to weaponize energy, thereby forcing Europe to ready itself for a potential winter gas shortage.
After the 10-day planned outage for maintenance, gas is indeed flowing again through the Nord Stream 1 gas pipeline between Russia and Germany. And with it comes a certain sigh of relief here in Berlin amid growing concerns over gas shortages. Still, the head of Germany's energy regulator tweeted on Wednesday evening that Nord Stream 1 would resume, but at just 30% capacity today, highlighting again concerns about what might still lie ahead. Now, Russian President Vladimir Putin also said late on Wednesday that the capacity of Nord Stream 1, which was originally cut down to 40% capacity prior to this maintenance work, could indeed be reduced further. He said that would be due to slow progress in equipment servicing, specifically a turbine that was being repaired in Canada. The German government has repeatedly questioned Putin's justification, however, saying that there is no technical reason to reduce these supplies without the turbine. Now, Germany, of course, will be watching closely to see exactly to what extent hourly supplies of gas will be flowing through Nord Stream 1 in the coming hours and days. Kate Brady, Euronews, Berlin.
Dr. Thomas O'Donnell, energy and geopolitical analyst at the Freie Universität Berlin, joins me now to discuss in more detail. So, Dr. O'Donnell, the pipeline is back pumping gas, but only at around 30 to 40%. Why is that, and does that raise fears?
Of course it raises fears. You know, this is just the latest step in a fairly complex, ongoing, well, it's part of the economic war in parallel to the real war in Ukraine, and this is the energy aspect, and Putin is weaponizing his gas, and Europe has to, and Germany in particular, has to escape this dependency.
The European Commission is putting a rationing plan in place for gas shortfalls. You've also seen that they're looking to other countries. Is any of it, though, enough to help the bloc during winter?
Well, as the energy minister here pointed out the other day, if you could read Putin's mind, I could answer your question. I think we have to assume, like the military does, they have to always make contingency plans. It's quite likely Putin will weaponize this gas to the extent of probably completely cutting it off in wintertime. Everybody has to expect that. Look, he's only going to have a couple more years of this great dependency of Europe, and Germany in particular, on his gas. We're only going to be vulnerable for a couple more years before we can escape. And this is his opportunity. He's going to lose it, so he's going to use it. He's going to use it to back up what he's doing in Ukraine.
So if Russia does, in the worst case scenario, turn off the tap, what levers does the EU then have to avoid a catastrophe? Okay,
so if he completely cuts it off in winter, it will help if right now we can fill EU storage in the EU to 80 or 90% by November, as you know, under EU rules now we're required to do. But even so, that storage is designed for wintertime, when the big pipelines from Russia, as well as other countries from Norway, Algeria, and so forth, are all running at full tilt and can't keep up in the wintertime. Then you go to the storage. If we only have the storage, there's no way. You're going to be short. The International Energy Agency has said perhaps 30% short in Europe of natural gas, and that'll affect different countries differently. And the question will be solidarity, sticking together when different countries are affected differently.